today for a really cool partner spotlight with my friend Dano Falk. And Dano has created something pretty cool, a way where you can get the customers who visit your website. When they leave your website, you can send them an email and you can convert them. And it's got a pretty high conversion rate. It's pretty cool. And I'm curious how it all works and I want to try it out. So Daniel, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Amy. It's a very special pleasure for me to be here on your channel. We've been in touch for a long time, but it's the first time we speak live in this setting. So yeah, it's exciting. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we need to do this more often.
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Sure. I feel like I can't, there's so many great people in the space that, are doing cool things. And I feel like I can't keep up with all of them, but I try. So I'm so glad that we got this opportunity to do it. So Dano, tell everybody who doesn't know you a little bit about yourself and kind of your background and how you got into this whole e-commerce thing.
Oh yeah, so let's try to wrap up the last 30 years of my life into 30 seconds. So yeah, I'm a German born in Ukraine who came to Malaysia in like 10 years ago. I've been an entrepreneur for all my life. I've been doing web design in the 90s, and I had an agency in Munich, and I was also a DJ and a sound engineer, saxophone player. I love riding big bikes. Yeah, one of the reasons I'm here in Malaysia. And my e-commerce background came manifested with my starting on selling on Amazon in 2014. So I built my Amazon business. I sold it 5 years later, and I learned a lot of things along the way. And since then, I'm focusing on helping other Amazon sellers and also SMEs and e-commerce sellers to improve their business.
I love it. What a cool background. I mean, you're born, did you say you were born in Germany, but you were
I'm born in Ukraine.
I'm born in
Ukraine. Yeah, I'm born in Ukraine. We moved around in the former Soviet Union. I lived in Kyrgyzstan. I lived in White Russia and Moldova. And we ended up in Germany when I was 10 years old. Yeah. But so we have a we have like German background. So, it's we are like the so-called German Russians, like the Germans who lived in Russia for 200 years and then decided to come back.
Oh, wow. That is really cool. I didn't know that about, I didn't know that Germany had such a population. That's really cool.
Yeah. Like back in the 1700s, there was a big group of Germans who moved to those days Russia, to live there, and and they've been living there for like over 200 years, but that's a whole story for itself.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I used to live in Germany, and my heritage is German. So
no way.
I love it. I'm half German and half French Canadian. So I don't know
German.
how those two got together, but it worked out.
Cool.
Well,
Wir können auch Deutsch sprechen.
Yeah.
Not sure how much our audience will love it, but yeah, we could do this in German as well.
Well, I don't know if I can pull that off. I don't know if I can pull all the questions off in German, but we'll save that for another day for sure. I'm up for the challenge. So it's so cool, Dano. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm excited about this VLC thing that you've created. So you really are focused on helping people convert more on their websites, right?
Yeah.
And so is this something, how did you come up with this idea of sending customers emails after they leave? I know that there's like abandoned carts, but how do you capture their email when they haven't given it to you? How does that work?
Yeah, I know. That is the first question that comes up. Well, first of all, it wasn't just me. I mean, there's a team of people who built the system. So it is not just me. I wouldn't be able to pull this off on my own. But the background of the system is there's a very big database of leads, and the system is able to match the visitor of a website against this database. And since the database contains like 270 million users, chances are quite high that we are able to match this person and detect and kind of pull out this person's email address. And in the US, yes, this is legal. I mean, we've done a lot of research about, the legal part of it. What we do is legal. So all we do is we install a script on your website. I mean, that's the only thing that you need to do on your end. And that's why I call it hands-free. I mean, that's why I say you can double your conversions without doing anything. I mean, I have a whole page and a whole PDF and presentations about conversion optimization. And there are a lot of things, obviously, we can do, like in a classic way, where we can improve the images, testimonials, and so many things that we can improve on our website to increase conversions. On all that is relevant and all that is good. But then there is this magic wand, which we have in place right now, which can just times X everything you have in place right now. And I think that's a pretty cool thing.
So do you ever find, since you're pulling from this database, right? Do you ever find that, if I visited a website and they emailed me, do you find that is there a high unsubscribe rate? Do they have the ability to unsubscribe if you?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, we do respect people's privacy and all that. But to me, when we have an e-commerce site, to get people to come to our page is actually quite a big deal, So people don't just randomly come, to our website. I mean, they have been searching for us, or they have clicked on an ad. They have some kind of intent. So when people come to our e-com page, they're kind of a warm audience. So they are interested in what we have to offer, and the reason they leave, and I mean, shockingly so, it's like 97%, 98% of page visitors leave because the conversion, the average conversion rate these days is around 1.4% on e-com websites. And well, they leave for a number of reasons. And we don't email all of them. We can capture around between 15 and 30% of these people's emails. And then we send them an offer, and then we tell them hey, you left your cart, or is there a reason why you didn't buy, or here's a special deal for you, or we can even nurture them. It's not like a one-off kind of thing. So we are building our email database, and of course we're allowing them to opt out. I mean, we don't want to chase people who are not interested.
It's a really cool idea, because it's a way also to capture email addresses.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like you have an opt-in form, which normally converts, below 1%, the opt-in form on your website. If you ask people, do you want my newsletter or whatever? But this way we capture a much bigger portion of our website visitors, and we just put them into our email system, and we also take care of that. So you don't have to build up your autoresponder and write all this stuff. So we also have a team that does this professionally and makes sure that these emails are delivered and all that stuff. So it's basically an email system, an autoresponder system, which has this big influx of new subscribers coming in by simply capturing the website visitors.
What a fast way to grow your email list, on autopilot.
Yeah.
But I would guess that the most important thing that you could do is, once it's not getting the data, because it seems like the data, like you said, you have this massive database, you can get someone's email. It's what you do with that email, right? That offer that you send them, that automation, that follow-up, it has to be really, really good to get really great conversion rates. So can you tell me a little bit about that? Does your system provide templates for this? Do you kind of help out?
Yeah. We want to be very specific to our clients' needs. So the number one joker that we have is that we can send them an email pretty fast after they left the website, so they didn't forget. If you send them an email 2 days later, most of the time they will not even remember what this is about. But we can send them an email literally 10 minutes after they left our website, and they will pretty surely remember what it was they were looking for, and they will pretty much, it's pretty certain they're still looking for this solution for the problem they were looking a solution for. So the time factor is number one. And then, of course, the copy, how we write it, and there's a lot of experience involved in that. And we have a team that does this like on a regular basis. And so we make sure that these emails are written properly, and the sequence is also scheduled in a way that it's most effective. And we have experience with that as well.
Wow. Yeah. And I can imagine, if I'm shopping online, the timing is so important because it's like, okay, I'm already online. The customer is online. They might be checking their email in that time frame of them shopping and everything. And so many websites, when you're shopping, they offer you something where you have to check your email right away. So the chances of them being in their email box at the time that you guys send this. And then the other thing, which is cool, is that you're piquing their curiosity because they're like, whoa, it's kind of like, when you get retargeted from Facebook Pixel, where you're like, I was just on their website and now I have like 40,000 ads for that, thing. So it's kind of neat that you can pique their curiosity by sending them an email. You can get that timing that's so key. And then that offer that you give them needs to be good. And it's good that you guys have tested lots of this. So I would love for you to share your screen. And I would love to just walk us through this process and how it works. So I'll show the screen here. And tell us how it works.
So this is, I took the shortcut here of my presentation, just showing, my website here. So the most of it, I think this image kind of captures the gist of the entire system. So the main part is like, let's say we have 100 visitors coming to our store. 3% of them convert, which is like already would be like a far above average conversion rate of 3%. 97 of them will just bounce. And it doesn't mean that they don't like what we have to offer. Many people are shopping around, according to Google, people have like 30 over touch points before they make a shopping decision. So it doesn't mean that our offer is somehow inferior. It might just mean that they just want to check out other pages, other products, and they're just like window shopping for now, but they still want to buy something. So out of these 97 people, very humble, very modest estimate would be to capture 15 leads. And then these 15 leads go into our email list. And then normally, on average, 3 of these people would convert. So adding 3 plus 3, as you can see, this is how we double the conversion rate by simply like attaching our system to this e-com store. And we have a little we have case studies, of course, and all that stuff. So, but I don't want to go into too much details here.
3 out of every 15 leads using this system convert versus
this is
3 out of every 100 on average that visit your website. So very, very powerful. Now, the email part of this, do I need my own email integration, such as MailChimp or Constant Contact, or does that come with your system?
No. We also provide our autoresponder system. Our system comes with a CRM, which is connected to our database. So everything, all the techie stuff will be happening on our end. You don't have to provide your MailChimp or whatever. So everything will be done on our end. The only thing that comes onto your store is just a piece of script that will kind of connect your store with our database and our CRM. And that's all that you need to do. Everything else is done on our end.
Once I gain those emails, how do I get them back to my email platform of choice, like Constant Contact or MailChimp or something like that? Can I just export?
Of course, that's a very simple process. We can simply share these emails. We can we export them and import them into your autoresponder, or you can continue using our CRM. So there are many options to do that. But these are your contacts. So you are basically getting like 15 leads out of 100 website visitors every time. and you're building your email list on top of this. So I mean, that's another very significant aspect of the system that we are
Yeah, I mean,
also.
I think it's wonderful. You're automatically capturing emails of those customers who visit your website where you might not have otherwise, because maybe your offer wasn't in the right place, maybe your sign up form wasn't in the right place. So I think it's just wonderful. It's on autopilot.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, it seems like because it's a script, that it's any website platform such as WordPress or Shopify, no matter what I'm using, this will work with. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, it's not going to work with Amazon because Amazon will not let us install anything on our storefront. But as long as we own the platform, and then it doesn't matter if it's Magento or is it Shopee or it's Shopify or whatever platform it is, it will all work as long as we have control over the infrastructure.
You just need a really great insert to get people to your website from Amazon, and there you go.
Yeah, of course. And this is also why we're talking here, because I mean, most Amazon sellers do have their own e-com stores and do sell outside of Amazon. And of course, that's when they can benefit from the system. Yeah, definitely.
For sure. Okay. Yeah, please continue. You were scrolling before and I stopped you. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is the main part of the system. And then we have a few more gadgets here, like we have a little sales simulator, which I find really fun to use. I haven't seen this thing on
yeah,
other
so
websites
this
before.
is like based on how many page
Yeah.
visitors I have per month.
Yeah.
So
So
let's
this
say
is
that let's say that I have 6,000 visitors a month.
okay. Let's say, so let's put just this slider to 6,000. And
And
then
my conversion rate is about 1.9.
1.9. All right, here we go.
So
Yes.
without VLC,
So
I'm getting 114 sales a month. And with VLC, I'm getting 250 sales a month.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
So this would be our estimate. Yeah. I mean, of course, these numbers are not set in stone, but I'm using very conservative estimates here. So most of the time we see improvements more than this. But I mean, I think it's good to just have this little overview, you know. So here you can exactly see. I mean, for e-commerce, traffic doesn't come free most of the time. You know? So we have to pay for it, and it's mostly the make or break thing is how much do we pay for traffic and how well does it convert. So I mean, to double your conversion rate can very easily take you from being at a loss with your e-com platform to being at a profit. So and this is what I find exciting, to actually make, you know, to give this boost to e-com sellers, to make them profitable or to increase their profitability.
Yeah,
and this simulator here just shows exactly how it would work out for you. I mean, if you so you can just enter your numbers here and you will see exactly, you know, what it looks like.
Now, Dano, is there anyone who this is not good for? Like, would there be a certain offer that you would look at where you're like, you know, or maybe if I only have one product in my store, or is there anyone who, you know, this isn't good for?
Yeah. Well, I would say it is not good if you are just starting with your e-com store and you know, if you're having very little traffic and a very little profit per sale. So of course, I mean, in order to make this work, we need a certain volume, and we're looking at roughly maybe like 3,000 as a ballpark number, 3,000 visitors per month, to make this work and to make this actually the ROI of it, you know, be worthwhile for the client. So yeah, it only works for e-com stores of a certain size, and I would say above 3,000 visitors per month. And of course, it's if you have selling a high ticket product, it's also helpful.
And the other thing too is even if you have a service-based store, I bet that this would be really, really helpful.
Oh yeah.
Because you could still, you know, send people those follow-up emails.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is not limited to products. It's actually also it does work with services. I mean, it is limited to the US though. I have to say it only works in the United States right now. So we don't cover, our database does not cover Europe or Asia or any other countries other than the United States. But if you are in the US, if you are driving traffic to your store, and if you'd like to double your conversions, then that would be the criteria actually to make this work. Yeah.
Amazing. I think it's really just a really cool technology. I think it's really great for people to check out. I know the biggest question people are going to have is how, well, two questions. Number one, how do I sign up? How do I learn more? And so I'm going to show a link here. You guys can go to devdevice.com
Yeah.
/VLC. So DefDevice.com /VLC.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
what does
can make this
VLC
easier for
stand
you.
for?
VLC stands for visitors, leads, and clients. It's the yeah. So it's the system that converts visitors to leads and to customers. Yeah.
I
And
love it.
DefDevice, by the way, stands for Dano Edward Falk device. You know, very very simple. So just to make it easy, it's the Dano Edward Falk, which is my name, and device, yeah, and .com/VLC. So that would be the URL to. And at the bottom of the page, obviously, there's a little opt-in form where you can simply send me an email, and maybe also mention your store address, and then we can just have a look, and just do a quick checkup if this would be if this could work. Yeah.
Okay. And what about pricing, Dano? I know everybody's going to wonder about pricing. How does that work? Is it affordable?
Yes, it's affordable, and as I said, I mean, it's affordable as soon as there's certain volume. So
Mhm.
we are starting around 1.5K per month. This is our starting point to run the system, and so as long as doubling your conversion rate would be worth
Would
much
get you
much
that
more than
ROI
that.
to pay
Yeah,
you back
yeah,
the,
then of
yeah.
course it would be no brainer. But of course, if you're currently making $100 a month, then investing 1.5 would not make a lot of sense. But if you're making 10K per month, and you could double your revenue or your conversions with the system, then then I would say it's a no brainer.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I think that's fair, and I think you're very upfront about who this is for, who this is not for. Very
Mm.
cool technology, a great way to grow your email list. I'm really intrigued. Like I really want to try it. So I think
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I think I'm gonna
We,
try it. I think I'm gonna check it out. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
we should check it out, and then you could have some first-hand experience, and yeah, it could actually also work for your website. I think so. Yeah,
would be very cool. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I have an e-commerce website and
There you
a
go.
service-based website too, a couple of service-based websites. So it would
Hmm.
be really interesting to see. I have a couple of websites that get a lot of Google traffic, a lot of organic traffic. So yeah,
Cool.
it might be.
Oops.
I don't know what's going on with my streaming software there. That was weird, but thank you so much
Okay.
for coming on the show today and
All right.
for sharing everything with us. And I think it's so cool. So definitely, you guys, if you want to check this out, or even just send Dano a message, you can go to defdevice.com /VLC, and I'm sure Dano will be happy to answer your questions. And if you guys have any questions on this recording, be sure to put them in the chat, and we will be in touch to make sure that we can answer any of your questions. I know Dano's always around and happy to help as well. So very cool technology. I hope it helps you guys. And Dano, thank you so much for being on our partner spotlight today.
Thank you, Amy. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you. Bye, everybody.